Exciting day. We've got our second all-company meeting today, and it's going to be good. You know, it's going to take 6 hours, I think, probably today. So that's coming up in like 3 hours. But first, let's talk about this jacket. Bro, $20 for a hot dog, soda, and a jacket from Costco? Come on, that's not even money. My name's Bobby Dietz. I've been making videos like this on YouTube for years now, but this new channel is all about my digital marketing agency. Make sure you subscribe, follow along so you never miss another post. One little realization I came to here over the last couple of months, I guess, is the sales process and things that are so important to it. If you are trying to bring deals in, especially in our industry, and you're not seeing a lot of success with certain clients, it probably has to do with the qualifications that you're putting people through. The biggest deal is getting access. If you're not getting access, you know, one of the steps in our sales process is doing audits, looking at the current accounts, seeing how they're performing. And if you're not getting all the access you need, the account's likely not that interested in changing. They're doing what's called a verification effort, looking to make sure they get the best deal they can. Obviously, you're trying to avoid that. So typically what we'll do is get or ask for a lot of access, but slowly. So first we ask for Facebook or Google, then we'll ask for, you know, Shopify, then we'll ask for their ESP, and putting them through the ringer to make sure that they're always giving us the access that we so desire, because that means they're motivated. It's a really key indicator for us as far as getting people or really real opportunities. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time and going through this silly exercise to help them feel like they're getting the best deal. A lot of brand marketing managers will do this just so they can show the people they're working for that they had not done. Things are looking good, everything is fine, but they've really committed to their partner long term and not interested in changing. Try to avoid that. I wanted to share a story from a e-commerce company that did a spectacular job of building trust with me as a consumer, and I'm sure that they're doing it with many brands. The company is Sweetwater, and they sell all kinds of electronic hard goods online from many different brands, right? They're a reseller or wholesale purchaser to resell online. Probably have exclusive rights to resell certain items, and if you go and search a lot of audio equipment, you'll see them. In my quest to find the perfect live production studio, I came across them. Was wary of buying from them because I don't like buying from any resellers, but they did a great job here. First of all, right after the purchase, I got a phone call from a rep at the company, not just thanking me from the purchase, but making sure everything I got was easily found and finding out if there's any questions I had about what I had bought. That was very personal and a really good touch to make me realize that this wasn't some overly greedy company that was just trying to resell and make a dollar. They actually tried to build a business around their customers. Very thoughtful. Then when I made the purchase, the box came, and in the box was a big box, bigger than needed for sure. A heavy padding, air cushion padding, which probably wasn't really needed, but looked really nice. And then they had in there a very nice big full color insert, a nice fold. In there they had a sticker, which is of course showing us that they care about their brand. It also had obviously my cords, the items that I had purchased, and a discount insert with a hashtag, as you can see. And I want you to remember that this was not a heavy purchase. This was like a $40 purchase. I mean, we're not talking about a big commitment here. They also gave a piece of candy, and that was part of their branding. The name of the company was Sweetwater, so obviously giving candy makes a whole lot of sense. So they threw candy in there as well, which is something that I have never seen before. Was very brand right for them, but also just kind of nice. It was different, it stood out, and I really liked it. The point I really want to make here is that this is an example, even in a small purchase, of how you can bring people into your company and make them care about working with you or buying from you again by appreciating every little purchase. Their efforts to establish credibility and a relationship with me are going to definitely impact the LTV of me or every other customer that they're with. If I was wary about working with them before, I am definitely not worried about that now, because I know they care about their customers and they want to make them happy by doing these little things. This part of the year has been great, but it's time to start growing exponentially, and we've got a really good plan for that, and we've got really good goals for that. So the income goals are really lofty. We want to try and increase revenue by 60% in Q1. And that means obviously hiring people, which we're in the process of now, and we should have one onboarded here in the next 30 days. but it also means getting more inbound leads, and our strategy for that is to sign up for, which we already have signed up for, Clutch. That's a system that you can look up online. I'll link it below, but it should get us a lot of opportunity to be in front of people that we typically wouldn't be in front of, people that are actively looking for a digital marketing agency. And in this system, we can position ourselves through ad buys to be at the top or higher to the top for the services that people are looking for. So it's one of our strategies to try and grow that revenue. The other part of that is our website. We are in the process of getting a brand new website, and we should have it done here within the next 30 days or so. We spent a lot of money and time on the process, looking at competitors, looking at things that we would want in the website, how we're going to drive traffic there, how we're going to retarget, what are the lead capture systems that we want to put in place, and trying to build it based around all those desires. So that should be done and be a really good tool for us, especially as we move forward with Clutch. Another really important element is a little bit more automation. And if you remember in a video previously, I talked about Google Scripts to help automate some of the workload. That is going on right now and should be done any day. So if we could get a lot of that, we'll be able to take on a few more clients and streamline the process. Especially, I mean, really applies a lot to smaller clients so that we don't have to do an excessive amount of work all day, every day, checking in all the time. We just know there's scripts in place to take care of a lot of the things that really a machine should be taken care of. And this is one of the things that's very innovative and it aligns with our core values. So we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to do things different. We're also going to start going to a lot of conferences this year. We have 7 lined up that we want to go to. I don't know if all of us are going to go to all of them. I certainly don't think I'm going to be able to make it to all of them. But that's another thing that we have had success with in the past, and we want to make sure we continue to go to. All e-commerce based, trying to find companies that sell, you know, consumer goods that we can scale. Big businesses with, you know, they're already spending 30 grand a month would be minimum ideal, right? Anybody spending 100 or 200,000 would be spectacular, and anything above that is even better. So those are the clients that we think are going to have booths at these events. We're not sure if we want to get booths. The plan right now is not to get booths, because we'd rather go to more conferences and figure out which ones we want to go to and then decide if we want booths or not. The final thing we're going to be doing is meeting with more marketing consultants. We lost a deal last year to a company that hired a marketing consultant, and the marketing consultant pushed the business to the one and only digital marketing agency that they use all the time. They didn't even give us a real chance to introduce ourselves. So it feels like that type of network of people is going to be really, really good for us. I've already built a lot of the relationships with different like branding agencies and website development companies. But if I can make sure I get in with these type of consultants, it seems like they're the gatekeepers for the type of companies that we're hoping to work for. It could be a good little way to get more referral business. We're probably going to have to pay for those, because those people aren't just going to decide to do what's best for the client. Everybody's working on referrals, it seems like, in this industry, and I'm trying to swim against the current on that, but it might just be one of those times where we've got to do it if we want to work with the consultants. We're getting some merch, t-shirts, swag, sweatshirts. Maybe I'll put a link and see if anyone wants one. I'll send one to them. But we're also doing things like, you know, health insurance and 401ks and joining gyms on the dime of the company, all kinds of stuff that real companies need and should have. And now that we're bringing employees in, you know, we got the D&O policy that we're about to bind. So a lot of the things that we should and need to have are getting done, and this quarter is the one to do it, along with excessive growth. So I'm excited. It was a great meeting, and we're excited for this. We're looking forward to 2020 and to Q1. Stay tuned, it's gonna be exciting. All right, that's the update, that's the plan. I'm sure more to come, but appreciate you watching it. This was a fun meeting, and we've got big changes ahead. I'm so excited.